Hey there. So I found this world which is it's like this Bob Ross type world. So I want to try seeing what it's like to play one of these videos and use the brushes. I haven't even tried to use them yet. So I'm going to see what happens here. So I'm going to switch to my point of view. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to make sure that I have my turning goes a little smoother. Alright, here we go. So we are going to turn the camera. There we go. Now you're looking out of my eyes. I'm just going to pick a video and see what happens.
Hi, I'm glad you could join me today.
Well, I don't know
Today
how
I
loud
think
that
we'll do
is.
a painting that I've had a lot of letters requesting. A lot of people have written and said, Bob, I'd like to know how to do a very simple little sunset. So I want to show you how to do that today. Let's go on up here and let me tell you what I've already got done. Today we have an 18 by 24 inch black canvas, and that's painted with a
So I've
black
done a lot of
gesso,
Bob Ross
and
paintings.
black gesso is allowed to dry. On top of that, I've covered the entire
So he's got a black
with
canvas.
alizarin crimson, just a thin, even coat.
And I don't.
And in the corners, we've put a little bit of
But-
Van Dyke brown just to darken it. And then a couple of places here, I've added a little bit of phthalo blue, just to have some little streaks. So I tell you what, let's start off and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with me. While they're
I'm
doing
going
that,
to
let's go on up here and get
not
started.
have the black canvas.
Today I'm going to start with just plain titanium white on the 2-inch brush. And just add a little color to the brush by just tapping. Just a little, doesn't take much. Now remember, the canvas is already covered with the alizarin crimson and the brown and a little touch of blue here and there. Not much blue, and keep the blue toward the top of the canvas. Okay? Now, immediately today, we have to make a big decision. Normally we don't have to make any, but today we have to make a big decision. Basically, where's your horizon going to be? Because that will be the lightest area if this is going to be a sunset type painting. So
Oh,
let's
this
make a
is gonna be
decision
hard
and
to do.
decide that right here
Let me just
right
check
along
something
here.
here.
will be the horizon.
Oh, it draws on here.
And I'm just using little crisscross strokes and start in this light area and begin working outward. Just like so. But I'm using the brush like so and then little strokes.
I am going to actually give
Like-
it a...
See, just little strokes. So it makes little patterns in here.
That's not even...
Okay, and we can add a little more white here and there. And just begin laying in some happy little things here and there. Now there it hit a little bit of the blue, so you're going
So
to get
he's
sort
putting
of
white
a little
over...
lavender feel, and that's nice.
I can't
very
actually
nice.
do a blending technique like he can, but I can sort of... Oh, that's a little bright.
Now this is a fantastic painting to do for friends, and don't tell them you've put anything on the canvas and they see you starting out with just white paint and you start putting this on and all of these beautiful colors appear.
I
and they
can't
think
do
you're
the
magic.
blending technique
So
that
try
he's
that.
doing on the chat,
Enjoy
but that's
it.
okay.
There we go. We have teachers that travel all over the country
I can do a
I have
layering
done
technique,
paintings
which
where-
is similar,
where
but
they start out like this. People don't know they have anything on the canvas, and then they start just adding plain old white, and all these beautiful colors appear.
okay.
And immediately they have an audience that, they stay with them for a long time.
You put a little bit of Prussian. All right, so he's doing. Okay, I can do this.
And I want this to be the brightest area right in here. But isn't that a fantastic sky already? You could leave it just like that if you wanted to.
Here's
And
what
have
I'm
a
gonna do.
winter.
I'm gonna
And
layer.
just use long strokes just to sort of bring it all together. Okay, I love these black canvases. Some of the most
Darker color
exciting
into the
effects in this
corners.
technique happen.
Like this.
There. Okay, now then, let me wash my brush. And we wash our brush, as you know, with odorless thinner. Get
I
rid
don't
of
have
that
to wash
excess.
anything. I wonder if it makes a sound if I put it in here.
Good old odorless paint and beat the devil out of it. Tell you what, let's go
Good
right
old
into a little
odorless
touch
paint.
of the
That's funny.
cadmium yellow. Just
play-
a
it
small
plays a
amount of
sound
paint on the
file.
brush. Just tap a little in there.
All right.
Okay,
So
let's go
he's
right
using
back up here.
cadmium. Let's see
Maybe
what
right
happens here.
I'll add a little yellow.
All right, we have to go real
There you
easy on the
go. You
yellow
wonder where the yellow
because
went. There it is.
for him,
That's where it went. And just sparkle this area here.
can't do too much.
Now we don't want to let this go up too high. We have a little bit of blue on the canvas up in here. We don't want to let that yellow get up into that blue. If it does, you're going to have a bright green sky, and then you're going to be upset with me. Don't want you to be unhappy. I'm going to add a touch of yellow ochre. And we can just add a little of that here and there. But still using that little, sort of like just let it sort of rock back and forth. And it creates all kinds of happy little things in the sky. Maybe up in here, just to change the color. We're getting very close to that blue there, so be careful.
I wonder if layering Bob Ross's voice over my voice is
Isn't it
going to be...
unbelievable little sky, and it's so simple. It really is one of the easiest skies to do. Because all your color is done beforehand. You put all that crimson on there, and it just works for you. And that black gesso holds it so well. And the black gesso is designed specifically for this type of painting. Works good. Okay, now then, very lightly go across the entire sky. And we can wash our brush one more
this
time.
brush in places he doesn't.
Get rid of that excess. Shake it off.
I think
Okay, we're in
so.
business
From
again.
far away, it'll look
Okay,
better.
now then, I'm going to use,
We'll
a
see.
little fan brush. And I'm going to go into a little touch of blue, phthalo blue,
Okay, so he's mixing a
phthalo blue,
phthalo.
and a lot of alizarin crimson, proportionately
So he's going to just
much,
make a
much more
dark
crimson
mixture.
than the blue.
So we got a dark
Much, much
mixture.
more. In case we hit yellow, we don't
It's
want
going
it
to
to
be
turn
like
green.
a canceled gray
Now, if
kind
you're
of
not
mixture.
sure what color you have there, add a little white to yours and put a little over here and add a little white. You can tell exactly what you have.
It's just going to be
Okay,
like
now
a
then,
gray kind
let's
of.
have just some little floater clouds around here.
Okay.
And just sort of
So he's doing
still
dark
using that same
clouds,
little
and I
stroke.
might use my
Just let some of these little
phthalo
things just sort of
here.
float around. Let them have
And-
fun. See, wherever
boy,
you
it's
want
hard
to
to
go.
do the.
Maybe there's some little
So he
ones
does this
that come
crisscross
right
thing,
down
which
into
works really well when you're
into that bright
blending. But
spot.
I might add another one of these
Wherever,
like this.
wherever. Here's a little one over here. I see it. There it is. So you just sort of make these things up in your mind and let them drop in.
Oh wait,
Maybe right in here.
no, that's good. That's good. With the dark underneath, that looks
There's
more.
one. There's an old big one that just sort of floats around. See how you can create the illusion of all kinds of beautiful effects. Just like so. You need
That's
these dark
good.
ones to make that color stand out. Just like so. There we are. That's just phthalo blue and alizarin crimson.
Oh, I wish I could
That's all
fast
there is to
forward.
Now back to our big brush. Make sure it's dry. You want a dry brush for this. If you take a wet brush and go over this, the color is going to mix together, and you're going to be living in Mud City.
Oh wait,
It'll all turn to mud on you, and we don't want that. We want to keep these colors vibrant and happy and just beautiful. Be sure your brush is dry. I can't say that enough. You might want to run it against some paper towels or something just to make sure.
so I can't really blend like he is.
There we go.
All I can do is layer, which kind of
And all we're
works
doing here
when you
is
look at
still
something
just
from
following
far
those
away.
little- I don't know what we want to call it. Maybe little rocking strokes, like so.
I might start adding something he
that.
doesn't have.
But isn't that a super way to make a very, very
Okay,
nice
so we're
sky?
gonna do.
You have to wear your sunglasses when you look at this one. But already you have the feeling of a sunset and all these clouds rolling through there. And you can do it. All right. Now then, maybe I want to keep this painting quite easy. In case this is your first time painting with us, this is a good one to do. So let's take some black and crimson and some phthalo blue. We'll just mix all these colors together. Let me wipe my knife off. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go with our fan brush and load it full of paint. A lot of paint. Load both sides full. All right, let's go up here. Now, right here,
I decided
we
to
decided-
diverge a little bit from what he's doing.
decided our horizon would be, we're going to begin tapping in some basic little tree shapes. Look like little trees far away. and allow it to pick up some of
Oh,
that
he's
color.
gonna do some.
So some of them's lighter in the background. It looks like a light
So
shining
we're
through.
gonna do
Don't
just
fight
like
this.
he is.
It'll happen automatically. But sometimes
I'm
we
just
have a
cleaning up
tendency
my
to
brushes here.
make it darker and darker. Let some of those remain lighter.
Yeah. So
It
I'm
really
gonna have.
will enhance your painting.
Oh,
There we
so
go.
we're gonna
That's
go
one of
with
those happy accidents.
this and one of these.
Let them happen. And we'll just let that go right on out like so. See, and that easy. We have the indication of some distant trees that are just living far away. There. And you can have as many or as few as you want. Now, one thing that I notice when people first start
See, look at
is
that.
they'll put these trees too
Right
far
there.
apart like this,
And then
and they end up looking like fence posts.
that's a
Should that
sap,
happen,
and this is
all
the
you need to
fill.
do is just
So-
add some little things in between, and it'll bring them together and make them look pretty good. There. And wherever we want this to go. There we go. Maybe here and there a real dark one.
I'm actually
Might be
guessing
a
that
little
he's
bit
gonna go
closer.
for the water type thing that I did, but he might not.
Now, the super way of making the indication of some little tree trunks that live back in here without doing a lot of work. Show you how to do that. That's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Let me find another fan brush. I have
Just some kind of
several
hill
of
in
each
the
brush
background
going
like
here, so I
that.
don't have to waste all of my time cleaning. I like cleaning those brushes. I'm
I
gonna
have to get
just
rid of
pull-
this bright white
just-
section.
just barely tap a little tiny bit of white into the brush. Just
I'm jumping
a
back
little
and
bit.
forth a
See,
lot
not on
here.
that side.
Alright.
Just a little bit. Now, if we want to make this look like little trunks that are far away, just take it lightly, pull up. Just lightly pull up. Very light. Color shows up so much stronger on these black canvases. Just lightly. Here and there, there's light coming through, and you can see those little trunks that are far away. If you happen to get one that's too light, it's too bright, all you have to do is just go over it 2 or 3 times. And that dark color that we have underneath will just eat it up, and it'll go away. See, and already you have thousands of
See, what
little
I'm doing
tree
is
trunks.
kind of a
You
layering
haven't hardly
thing,
done a thing.
like this.
And that's the joy of painting. There. That's a pretty little painting already.
I'm gonna actually stop mine because it's
Can I
kind of
wash my fan
completely
brush?
diverged
We're
from
just
his.
washing the thinner, then wipe it on a paper towel.
That's what I'll do for my little
think so.
landscape for now. With the
Now,
best I can do.
Let me find,
Layering.
here's an old dirty 2-inch brush. We'll just use it.
Alright, let's turn that back. Alright. I'm gonna try something different now.